I don't know how I'm supposed to know any of this. God, what? I'm being 100% serious. They didn't teach me any of this in history class. Oh God, I feel stupid. Good morning, my name is Michael, and I am as real as I've ever been, and today I'm joined by Eli, who is as fake as he's ever been. Before we start, if you don't know why there's a mannequin head next to me, usually there's a person here, but my normal co-host is currently recovering from surgery, so I created an effigy of him. You can watch that video in the corner. Don't watch it in the corner. There's a link in the corner. Go watch that if you want to know why he's here. Back to this video. I am a Canadian citizen due to the fact of I was born in Canada. But today I'm testing my knowledge. And so I thought it would be fun to try a Canadian citizenship test quiz. So I'm on citizenshipsupport.ca and I'm going to try to do the online citizenship test, like the practice test, to see if I would pass a real citizenship test. I have a feeling this is gonna go poorly because the education system is bad. Question 1 of 20, what are the 3 main groups of Aboriginal peoples? First Nation, Métis and Inuit, Acadians, Métis and First Nations, French, English and First Nations, or early settlers, Métis and Inuit. I believe it's First Nations, Métis and Inuit. I think. Who was John Buchan, a popular governor general of Canada, a famous Canadian general, a victorious Canadian Army general, or one of the fathers of Confederation? I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard this name in my life. What do you think? What do you think the answer is? All right. We're just gonna say a victorious Canadian Army general. When did the House of Commons recognize that the Quebecois form a nation within the United Canada? Oh God. How did my mom do this? My mom immigrated from the Philippines to Canada. I don't know how she got any of this right. We're gonna say 1986. Because that feels like right in the middle of all these dates. That seems like the median date, and it's also the year before the bite of 87. Who is Marjorie Turner Bailey? An Olympian and descendant of Black Loyalists, a famous Canadian settler. Wow, I can't even talk. I don't even know how I'm gonna pass the citizenship test. The first woman to become prime minister, or the first Canadian female athlete? I'm gonna go with the longest answer, because that feels right to me. An Olympian and descendant of Black Loyalists. I'm being 100% serious. They didn't teach me any of this in history class. I don't know how I'm supposed to know any of this. Also, why? This is something that I never really understood. Why do you need to know history of the country you are emigrating to when the people who were born in that country don't even know it themselves? That's such a weird concept to me. That's such a foreign idea, no pun intended, haha, foreign. Like, I don't understand why that's the way that it is. Question 5, when did English settlement begin in Canada? 1510, 1497, 1610, or 1720? Oh boy, these are just a bunch of numbers to me. I'm gonna say 1610 because in the Marvel universe, 1610 is the ultimate universe where Miles Morales is from. Who established the first European settlements? The English, the Irish, the French, or the Spanish? I'm gonna say the English because they like to. The English are known for colonizing. I mean, everyone kind of colonized everywhere, but I'm gonna say the English because Canada is kind of known as being like an English colony, or it used to be a colony of England. So I'm just gonna say the English based on my very limited knowledge of the history of Canada. Who passed the Quebec Act of 1774? The Canadian Parliament? Sure. I guess that's what we're going for. Which act granted to the Canadas for the first time legislative assemblies elected by the people? These are a lot of words. There's a lot of big words that they're going in one ear and out the other. They're not even registering as having any meaning. I feel stupid. The Freedom Act, the Constitutional Act, the Legislative Act, or the Confederation Act? I'm gonna say the Legislative Act because that word is in the question. Who was Lieutenant Colonel John Graves Simcoe? Can I phone a friend? I don't know any of these. Upper Canada's first Lieutenant Governor and founder of the City of Toronto. Lower Canada's first Lieutenant Governor and founder of the City of Toronto. Lower Canada's first Lieutenant Governor and founder of the City of Ottawa. Or the leader of the Loyalists. God, what? We're gonna go Lower Canada's first Lieutenant Governor and founder of the City of Toronto. Because I'm from Toronto, kind of. I was born there, and that's what I'm gonna pick. When did the British Parliament abolish slavery throughout the Empire? 1833, 1807, 1853, or 1793? 1853, and that is a shot in the dark. Name 3 fathers of Confederation. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Sir Etienne Paschal Taquet, Sir George Etienne Cartier, and Sir John A. Macdonald. La Fontaine, Robert Baldwin, and Joseph Howe. Joseph Brant, Joseph Howe, and James MacDonald. Joseph Howe, Robert La Fontaine, and Sir Etienne Paschal Taquet. Oh, wow. Gee whiz. I don't know. Who are these people? Number 4. That's what we're going with. Which phrase embodied the vision for the Dominion of Canada? O Canada, my home and native land. Dominion from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. Dominion from ocean to ocean, or the land of the free and strong. Well, 2 of these are in the national anthem. The first one and the last one. I don't know if that's important to know. Again, I'm gonna go with the longest answer because that just makes sense to me, but I don't really know if that's at all correct. And we're just gonna move on. Whose portrait is on the Canadian $10 bill? Oh, which one is that? Is that the purple one? It's been so long since I've paid for anything with cash that I don't even know, like, what colors the bills are. Which one's the vertical one? We have one vertical one and all the other ones are in landscape. And I don't know why they decided to do that, but here we are. The purple one is the one that's vertical. I just don't know if that's the tenner or if that's the fiver. I think the fiver is blue and the tenner is purple and then the 20 is green. I don't know why I'm talking about the colors as if that will help me answer the question at all. Sir George Etienne Cartier, Sir Louis Hippolyte La Fontaine, Hippolyte, Sir Etienne Paschal Taquet, or Sir John Alexander Macdonald. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Let's go John Alexander Macdonald because I like the name McDonald. It reminds me of my favorite fast food chain, Wendy's. What made it possible for immigrants to settle in Western Canada? The completion of the Port of Vancouver, the completion of the Canadian National Railway, the giving of free land to new settlers, or the completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway. Ask anyone I know in real life. They will tell you about me that I don't know really anything about history. And so I was destined to fail, but I kind of want to know what I get right just from pure luck. We're gonna go railway. I don't know, for no reason. All of these are just guesses. When were the Canada and Quebec pension plans devised? 1940, 1927, 1965, or 1970? We're gonna go with the earliest date for fun. What is La Francophonie? A region in Quebec, a French music instrument, an international association of French-speaking countries, or a French music festival? Well, I know it's not the music ones. I know a francophone is a French-speaking person, and then an Anglophone is an English-speaking person. So I'm gonna say an international association of French-speaking countries. I feel kind of confident in that one. If I get that one wrong, I'm gonna be pissed. Why is Terry Fox a Canadian national hero? Oh, I know this one. I know who Terry Fox is. He inspired people to contribute money for cancer research. He became the first elected president of Canada. He was the greatest hockey player of all time. He united Canada in the 19th century. Terry Fox inspired people to contribute money for cancer research because he lost his leg to cancer and then he got a prosthetic leg and then he ran a marathon across the country. Next question. This one 100% I'm getting right. What are the responsibilities of the federal government? Matters of national and international concern, matters of national concern, matters of international concern, and matters of provincial concern. The federal government, I believe, is national concern, because I think the federal government is the highest form of government, because I think it goes federal, provincial, municipal, and I think federal's the highest. And so they might deal with international concerns, probably. I guess it is the first one. I guess it is national and international concern. I know it's not provincial, and I know it's not just international concern. So I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm getting kind of confident in these. Who has the right to vote in a federal election? A Canadian citizen at least 18 years old on voting day and on the voters list, an adult Canadian citizen, adult Canadian citizens and permanent residents, or Canadian citizens on the voters list. I'm going to say Canadian citizen at least 18 years old on voting day and on the voters list. I'm getting kind of good at these. I'm getting kind of goated with the sauce with these. I'm on a roll. Like a Beyblade. No, they rip. Beyblades rip. Bakugans roll. Bakugans roll. Beyblades rip. Remember that. Where do the majority of Canadians live? In the country, obviously. In rural areas, in small towns and cities, or along the East Coast. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Small towns, maybe? Cities? I'm gonna say cities. Because they're going to have the higher populations, probably, right? Yeah, there are a lot of small towns, but I feel like they don't have very large populations, whereas a city will have a larger population and also a larger surface area. So it just makes sense for cities to have the majority of the population to me. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't know how many small towns we have. I don't know if the small towns will overtake the cities, but I guess that's what we're here to find out. His test result failed. Your score, 50. What? 10 correct answers out of 20. I got half right? That's so much more than I expected. Thank you for taking our free simulation of the official test. Question 1. 3 main groups of Aboriginal peoples. I got that one right. John Buchan, a popular governor general of Canada. Oh, okay. When did the House of Commons recognize that Quebecois form a nation within the United Canada? 2006. That's a lot later than I would have expected. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't really know anything about anything, so don't worry about what I have to say. Who's Marjorie Turner Bailey, an Olympian and descendant of Black Loyalists? Yeah. When did English settlement begin in Canada? 1610. Wow, I got that one right. I literally based that off of Miles Morales, and somehow I got that one right. Who established the first European settlements? The English? No, it was the French. Okay, that's cool to know. Who passed the Quebec Act? The British Parliament. Okay. Which act granted to the Canadas for the first time legislative assemblies elected by the people? The Constitutional Act. All right. Picking the one with the word that's in the question is the wrong way to go. Lesson learned. Who is Lieutenant Colonel John Graves Simcoe, Upper Canada's first Upper Canada, I said Lower Canada. Isn't Toronto in Lower Canada though? Like it's kind of close to the border of like Ontario and the United States, isn't it? Wouldn't that be Lower Canada? When did the British Parliament abolish slavery throughout the Empire? 1833. Name 3 fathers of Confederation. Yeah, there was no shot that I was gonna get that right. Which phrase embodied the vision for the Dominion of Canada? Dominion from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. Yep. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be the ones from the national anthem, like the "O Canada, oh my home and native land," and "the land of the free and strong." That one just fell right to me. Whose portrait is on the Canadian $10 bill? Sir John Alexander Macdonald. What made it possible for immigrants to settle in Western Canada? It was the completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway. I didn't know that. When were the Canada and Quebec pension plans devised? I said 1927. The answer was 1965. What is La Francophonie, an international association of French-speaking countries? I was right. My thought process of francophones being French-speaking people and Francophonie being association of French-speaking countries, that one lined up. Why is Terry Fox a Canadian national hero? He inspired people to contribute money to cancer research. Yep. That's Terry Fox for you. Every Canadian knows who Terry Fox is. Every child in a school does the Terry Fox run. That's how you learn about it. You do a little jog around the block, and that's the Terry Fox run. And it's just a day where you walk around the block of your school. What are the responsibilities of the federal government? Matters of national and international concern. Yep, because it is the highest form of government, I believe. Who has the right to vote in a federal election? Canadian citizen at least 18 years old on voting day and on the voters list. Yep. Where do the majority of Canadians live? In cities. Cha-ching, I got that one right. I got a good streak at the end, but unfortunately, a lot of the history questions, or all of the history questions, kind of kicked my ass. Maybe if the real Eli was here, he'd be able to help me out, but we just got this guy. That was me doing a Canadian citizenship test as a Canadian person. Did you play along with me at home? What did you get right? Did you get a better or worse score than me? Comment down below. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a comment about whatever the hell you want to comment about, and subscribe to the channel for more videos with me, and hopefully soon with the real Eli. This is very much a temporary solution. The real Eli is currently recovering from surgery, as I said before and as I said in the previous video, but hopefully he will be back soon. I, however, will see you on the flip side in the next video. Have a good night.